Fala galera, fazendo mais um vídeo aqui e a gente andando em fila indiana, ó, que bonitinho. Vocês podem reparar que eu tô com a roupa um pouquinho diferente, tava com a roupa azul escura, agora tô com uma armadura branca. Mas é porque é o seguinte, deixa eu já ir mostrando pra vocês, se eu souber onde que eu tenho que ir, eu sou um animal. Essa armadura que eu tô agora, ela me dá mais proteção contra danos, aumenta bastante, diminui só um pouco meus escudos, então compensa mais eu fazer isso. Porque pelo menos eu sobrevivo mais tempo, aguento mais tiro. Então vamos deixar de enrolação, vamos descer essa merda. Pra cá. Eu sinto que eu vou me ferrar. Eu já vi esse filho da mãe. Deixa eu ficar com a 12. Se for precisar dela.
All right, we just need to find this creature and determine what it... That is disturbing.
Nothing's ever simple, is it?
Filho da porra. Isso é feio. Ah, lembrei dessa parte, isso vai ser difícil. Mais ou menos. Nojento.
Invaders, your every step is a transgression. 1,000 feelers appraise you as meat, good only to dig or decompose. I speak for the old growth as I did for Saren. You are within and before the Thorian. It commands that you be in awe.
You enslaved the colonists. You destroyed their minds. I don't know what Saren wanted with you, but I just want you dead.
The Thorian is a piece of this world, extending across the land and back through the ages. You can no more kill it than cut the sky. Your blood will the ground in the new growth!
Ah, filha da mãe. Ó, filha da mãe. Ai, caralho. Cadê?
Commander Shepard,
It's over now.
that had the desired effect, I believe. A few more and it will be severely hurt.
Ela não continua subindo. Sobe correndo. Oxe, nojento. Ai, caralho. Cara, faz seu trabalho, filho. Cadê aquela maluca?
Lost shields!
Me cobre isso. Tá foda, filho. Morre na pancada. pra cá mesmo. Tô pensando
Now
mais
it gets
chato.
fun.
Valeu, velho. Isso faz mais inteligente que eu. Tô mal aí, eu não vi ela. Ali atrás, gente. Essa maluca. Cadê os bagulhos que tem que destruir? Ah, isso eu não precisava. Yara, vem aqui.
Perimeter.
Perimeter secure.
Ó, botei. Tá, falta pouco agora. Vai, levanta aí. Perfeito. Volta.
I've lost shields!
Ó. Teoricamente não tem mais ninguém. Confirma mais produção, não tem mais ninguém aqui não? Oh. Tem mais não. Rasga ele. Vem. Garrison, né?
Area secure.
Beleza. Aí. Espera vir. Nossa, esse barulho é muito assustador. Vem, bicho. Pessoal, tô meio quieto porque eu tenho que me concentrar aqui. Pra não fazer muita merda. Tá, é pra lá que eu tenho que ir, então eu tenho que ver aqui. Não tem mais nada.
Almost there, Commander. That thing has to drop soon.
Vamos ter que continuar descendo. Não vou gostar disso. Levanta. Levanta, levanta. Passa correndo todo mundo. Não olha pra trás. 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 Só corre. Ah, deu ruim, deu ruim, deu ruim, deu ruim, deu ruim, deu ruim.
You must die!
Corre. Vem ali, olha. O Garrus daqui a pouco ele volta. Já que você não era guerreiro. Isso foi tenso. O Garrus foi abatido, mas ele levantou já. Vamos lá, Garrus. Foi mal, deixei sair correndo, não tive escolha. Era eu ou você, mano. Você ficou como isso que ia sobreviver. Aí, me meteu louco. Será que funciona? Ah, vou ficar até amanhã aqui. Ele pra lá. Foi tenso isso aqui agora, hein?
I'm free. I suppose I should thank you for releasing me.
Is everything all right? Are you hurt?
Não seria legal pra você ver, tá?
I am fine, or I will be. My name is Shiala. I served Matriarch Benezia. When she allied herself with Saren, so did I. Venezia foresaw the influence Saren would have. She joined him to guide him down a gentler path. But Saren is compelling. Venezia lost her way.
Are you saying Saren can control minds?
Venezia underestimated Saren, as I did. We came to believe in his cause and his goals. The strength of his influence is troubling.
Venezia sought to turn the river and was swept away.
Asari matriarchs are among the most intelligent and powerful beings in the galaxy. How could one fall under Saren's control?
Saren has a vessel, an enormous warship unlike anything I've ever seen. He calls it Sovereign. It can dominate the minds of his followers. They become indoctrinated to Saren's will. The process is subtle. It can take days, weeks, but in the end, it is absolute. I was a willing slave when Saren brought me to this world. He needed my biotics to communicate with the Thorian, to learn its secrets. Saren offered me in trade. I was sacrificed to secure an alliance between Saren and the Thorian.
Saren's pretty quick to betray his own people.
He was quick to betray the Thorian, too. After he had what he wanted, he ordered the Geth to destroy all evidence of its existence. Saren knows you are searching for the conduit. He knows you are following his steps. He attacked the Thorian so you could not gain the cipher.
What's the cipher? And why did Saren need it?
The beacon on Eden Prime gave you visions. But the visions are unclear, confusing. They were meant for a Prothean mind. To truly comprehend them, you must think like a Prothean. You must understand their culture, their history, their very existence. The Thorian was here long before the Protheans built this city. It watched and studied them. When they died, it consumed them. They became a part of it.
So the Thorian taught Saren to think like a Prothean. How?
The cipher is the very essence of being a Prothean. It cannot be described or explained. It would be like describing color to a creature without eyes. To understand, you must have access to endemic ancestral memory. A viewpoint spanning thousands of Prothean generations. I sensed this ancestral memory, the cipher, when I melded with the Thorian. Our identities merged, our minds intertwined. Such knowledge cannot be taught. It simply exists.
I need that knowledge to stop Saren.
There is a way. I can transfer the knowledge from my mind to yours, as I did with Saren. Try to relax, Commander. Slow, deep breaths. Let go of your physical shell. Reach out to grasp the threads that bind us, one to another. Every action sends ripples across the galaxy. Every idea must touch another mind to live. Each emotion must mark another's spirit. We are all connected. Every living being united in a single glorious existence. Open yourself to the universe, Commander. Embrace eternity. I have given you the cipher, just as it was given to Saren. The ancestral memories of the Protheans are part of you now.
Are you all right? What just happened? I saw something. It still didn't make any sense.
You have been given a great gift. The experience of an entire people. It will take time for your mind to process this information.
We should get you back to the ship where you can be monitored.
I'm sorry if you have suffered, but there was no other way. You needed the cipher. In time, it will help you understand the vision from the beacon.
Now that you're free of the Thorian, what are you planning to do next?
If you allow it, I would like to stay here with the colonists. They have suffered greatly, and I played a role in their suffering. I would like to make amends.
The colonists will need all the help they can get. They'll be happy to have you on their side.
Thank you, Commander. May fortune smile upon you.
Tried to do for us. Saved a few. It's more than most would have done. Anyway, thanks. We'll start again. Just not here.
Beleza. Foi tudo meio confuso até hoje ainda. Eu já vi várias vezes essa cena e fica muito bizarra essa visão dele. É assustador até agora. Eu não curto essa visão. Eu acho muito bizarro. Eu poderia ter matado ela, né? Mas não, eu achei melhor ficar quieto, deixar ela viva. Não tá nem me incomodando. E deixa eu ver aqui, eu vi que eu subi de nível, vamos dar uma mexida. Vamos aumentar a intimidação. Beleza. Aumenta mais um pouquinho. Pronto. Ali a área não teve nada. Reverso. A sobrecarga dele aumentou. Beleza. Bora, vamos continuar aqui. Acho que eu tenho que voltar pra nave. Tarefas, eu quero aqui. Agora eu tenho que ir aqui pra Novéria, mas eu não vou pra Novéria hoje porque essa missão não tem. Outra missão secundária que nós temos aqui pra fazer, só que eu não vou fazer isso hoje. Opa. Teoricamente já falei com ele, mas tudo bem, né? Não vou nem discutir. Beleza, blá 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 blá. Tá. Vamos ver de equipamento. Opa. Não, é pior do que eu tenho, tá? Bicho. É a mesma coisa. Eu só deixo um por causa que se eu precisar vender depois, é bom ter alguma coisa pra vender. A armadura ganha alguma coisa? Guardião mesmo, Nossa, aqui já exagera, aumenta bastante a proteção, mas cai muito escuro, então não compensa. Pra você, vamos ver o que tem pra você, cara. Tecnologia biótica, mas cai tudo, então deixa quieto. Não tem nenhuma pra você, preciso comprar uma pra você. Então bora pra nave. Se eu ainda lembro como é que é o mapa, a nave tá pra cá. Eu tenho as missões secundárias pra fazer aqui em Ferros ainda, mas vamos tocar com a história hoje. Outro dia eu faço um vídeo a mais aí só pra poder fazer as secundárias. Agora só vamos encerrar de vez com essa missão. Tem que voltar pra nave, que a gente deve ter algum bate-papo lá, né? Na nave. Eu ainda lembro do caminho. Depois de muito tempo, finalmente de volta a Normandy. Eu adoro minha nave. Vamos pra lá.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Decontamination in progress.
Os três fodões.
Commander, you look pale. Are you suffering any ill effects from the
The cipher shook me up a bit.
I might be able to help you. I am an expert on the Protheans. If I join my consciousness to yours, maybe we can make some sense of it.
Do it. Hurry. We don't have much time.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity.
As drogas. Momento solto.
That was incredible. All this time, all my research, yet I never dreamed. I am sorry. The images were so vivid. I never imagined the experience would be so Intense. You are remarkably strong-willed, Commander. What you have been through, what you have seen, would have destroyed a lesser mind.
Come on, get to the point. What did you see?
The beacon on Eden Prime must have been badly damaged. Large parts of the vision are missing. The data transferred into the Commander's mind is incomplete.
You must have seen something.
I was able to interpret the data relayed through your vision, what was there at least, but something was missing. Saren must have the missing information. Maybe he found another beacon. If we can find the missing data from your vision, I can... Oh. I am sorry. The joining is exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
Dr. Chakwas should take a look at you.
That will not be necessary. I just need some rest. Somewhere quiet.
We're done here. Dismissed.
I've sent off the Pharos report, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Commander, Exogeny should have told us about the Thorian. It would have made your job much easier.
You might have been able to capture it for study instead of destroying it.
The only reason to study a creature like that is to figure out how to kill it.
Yes, kill it. That's how you humans usually deal with things you don't understand.
The Thorian wasn't complicated. It enslaved and killed innocent civilians.
Yes, I'm sure you're correct, Commander. It's unfortunate the colony couldn't be saved.
I'm surprised, Shepard. First was a human colony. I thought you'd go to any lengths to save your own kind.
I would have saved the colony if I could. It didn't work out that way.
Sometimes sacrifices have to be made, Commander. I'm glad you understand that.
Goodbye, Commander. We will be waiting for your next report.
Ganhei dos dois lados. Tem um menino bonzinho e um menino malvado. Ao mesmo tempo. Vamos ver como é que tá o nosso nível aqui. Aí o nível renegado tá bem alto. Em comparação com o Paragon. Beleza. Vamos ver a atualização do pessoal da nave. O Joker, acho que tem alguma coisa pra falar. Às vezes ele tem uma coisa pra falar, é raro mudar a frase dele. Mas dá uma olhada. É um palhaço. No 2 é hilário conversar com ele.
Hey, Commander, next time we touch down, let's try not to park the ship in a colony of mutant zombies. Just...
Eu falei, é muito idiota.
I have to go.
Olha agora.
Alright, see you.
Esses comentários deles são tudo inúteis, mas é muito engraçado. O Joker é muito desenrolado. Isso, presta continência pra mim, vacilão. Seu banana. Vamos conversar com quem me interessa. Na cabeça! Pega isso. Não, você não pode. Essa médica eu passo batido, ela não fala. Não vai falar nada pra mim. Vamos ver o que ela tem a dizer pra mim.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Não, aqui é os mesmos diálogos de sempre. Então, pessoal, eu tava falando. Tive que dar um pequeno corte aqui. Eu não vou vir aqui porque ela vai repetir as mesmas perguntas de sempre. Vai ser as mesmas perguntas, ainda não tem muita atualização. Então vai ser só perca de tempo eu falar sobre isso agora. Falar sobre os assuntos. Eu falo, diga mais sobre você. Quer ver?
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
We don't have the luxury of time. And the Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what you did on Torfin. I cannot even imagine how horrible that must have been, but you did what had to be done.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you. To understand what made you into the man you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Are you sure you're interested in me? Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Chief Williams.
Ah, eu prefiro mais ela do que a Ashley, que a Ashley não tá no saco.
Williams and I are just friends, nothing more.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
No, you were right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you? We have only known each other a short time. We are from two different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
These things never make sense. They just happen, and we get swept up in the storm.
You make it sound so chaotic, so dangerous.
I'll keep you safe.
I am not looking for a protector. This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. You. I need some time.
Tá bom.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
Tá. Erro meu. Ali tinha sim algum diálogo. Agora sim, isso aqui vai ser as perguntas de antes. Então, tchau.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Tchau. Antes de... Ah, ela acompanha. Ui. Parar de zero. Ui. E aí, vacilão? Tá vivo ainda?
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I'm glad there aren't many aliens like the Thorian. I don't think my stomach could take it. One of my cousins has an agribusiness. I was thinking of calling him. Maybe he can get some shipments into Pharos. I mean, now that they're cut off from the company.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Well, they know about the stonewalling you've had from the Council.
They deserve to know what we're up against.
They're on your side. They're pissed about the resistance we're getting, especially from our side. I'll have a better handle on all of it when my head stops hurting. Another L2 flare-up.
Anything I can do?
No, Commander, it'll settle down. It's rough sometimes, but they spike higher than a lot of L3s. Except for you, of course. Besides, I fared a lot better than some after Kinetics was through.
I haven't heard anything about Kinetics in a while.
Yeah, they quietly disappeared. Broke up into a bunch of little corps after they botched the training on Jump Zero. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
I'm sure Kinetics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. A real hard-ass. He basically had a free pass to break us if it would turn out a decent biotic. Kind of spiraled from there, Commander.
Did he ever face charges for that?
He got his, yeah. But like everything else at Jump Zero, it was under the table. The less said, the better. Anyway, this is ancient stuff. I walked it off a long time ago. I should get back to my duties, Commander. We're here to make history, not rehash it.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Falou. Vou fazer um corte aqui e vamos voltar quando eu estiver lá embaixo já. Beleza, voltando. Já tô aqui de frente pro Garrus. E não sei se é agora que vai me passar uma missão pra ele. Vamos ver agora.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating them?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one L-Corps diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs, had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation, to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Good thinking. Lackeys are always easier to scare.
Exactly. Though in this case it paid off in a different way. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. We just used them to make more organs, but they wouldn't listen.
No wonder you hated it there. Those idiots just let him fly away.
Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
A few casualties is a small price to pay to stop someone like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those hostages might be wishing they'd died by now anyway. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that, but Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Beleza, deixa eu já olhar isso. Tá. Isso é uma das coisas que eu queria fazer por ele. Vamos só falar com ela e o restante do pessoal eu falo depois. Vai ficar faltando 2 pessoas pro próximo vídeo e o oficial pra comprar as coisas dele. Vamos só falar com ela, porque eu acho que ela vai querer falar uma coisa e ter dito pra outra.
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
We lost a lot of the colonists. I don't see how we could have done more, but I still feel bad about it. I mean, we are out here to protect them.
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Are you interested in the Lieutenant, Chief?
Of course not, sir. Fraternization is against regulations. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Next you'll tell me you all ran across green fields singing show tunes.
Don't knock show tunes. I might have to take exception. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen Hellwire away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
You know that old saw, there's never an atheist in a foxhole? I've been in a lot of foxholes.
Yeah, I guess you have. I've met a few people who were really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Beleza, isso foi uma outra peça que você falou e não falou nada. Então... Ela ficou meio desconfiada. Oi. Eu tô aqui. Tô aqui. Então... Vamos terminar o vídeo por aqui. Aí na semana que vem, o próximo vídeo eu trago atualizando ele, que acho que também vai me dar alguma coisa pra ganhar dinheiro. E a menina lá no fundo. Então, bem ao meu estilo, falou!